The movie's about a reform school in the mid-90s. And it's one day in the life of the school, and we follow the head teacher of the school, Steve, dealing with a kind of everyday chaos, catastrophe of an underfunded school in crisis, and it particularly focuses on the relationship between Steve and Shy, played by Jay Lycargo. It's about very, very hard-working, brilliant people under colossal strain. I'm just super into the way that you could turn a thing, like a astrological chart. You can turn it on its axis and see the power dynamics and the emotional ley lines between everybody fundamentally change, and I'm kind of curious about what that would be like to do that with all my work, or to do that with any novel. I'd love to do All the Pretty Horses by Cormac McCarthy from the point of view of the horses, whatever. I like this play because I think it reveals a lot about where the emotional and philosophical heart of the work lies. So for me, I relished it. I adored doing it. I mean, it's a strange thing because it's not really an adaptation of that book. It's in the universe of that book. The analogy I always used for the novel was that you go into the woods and you choose one tree, not a glamorous, big, handsome tree, just an ordinary tree, just a regular dude, and you cut open that tree and look at one of its life cycle lines, one of its lifelines, and you just take one tiny segment of that and say, what's happening in the weather system of this person right now? And so all we've done with this is take another tree and see how it's connected to the original tree. And yeah, it's much to do with the kind of interconnectivity and interdependence of living things, and particularly under enormous amounts of pressure.
He's the head of the school, and like Max said, when we meet him, he's already under tremendous pressure, and then the day, it's like one of those days that you wish never happens to you as an educator or somebody running an institution. Or he's one of these people who's doing his absolute best, but he is carrying an awful lot of weight, sort of psychologically and emotionally. And I think, I was thinking about it when we were watching it last night. Someone who's trying to fix people or help people fix themselves, but he has not looked at himself. And it's very interesting to play that as a character. And there's the deputy in the school, Amanda, who's played by Tracy, and they're really, really close, and she's probably the closest person that knows him very well, but she still can't get to him. And then it seems like this sort of what he's going through is a kind of a mirror image of what Shai is going through, and they just cannot reach each other over the course of this day. So it's very, very, very complex storytelling, which is deeply appealing to me.
Shai is a teenage boy that just wants to escape. His thoughts and feelings are overbearing. The world is too much for him. He wants to vanish from everything and everyone that he loves, and I think we meet him on the loneliest day of his life.
We've achieved something, we got this place together and we care so much. And to have done this extraordinary thing and brought these boys here, and they are under incredible pressure. I think I'm more stable. My life outside of this school is more stable, and I can see him crumbling. You're right. Us all watching you. You see it. Shona sees it. Shola sees it. The new teacher and Emily, the psychologist within the school. We all see it, and
I think Shai sees it as well. Yeah.
Yes, he does. We all do, and we're not reaching out to you enough. But we just think you're going to pull it together again. You're our leader, and then the shocking day we have, it is like the worst day ever for a school, for anybody involved, everybody involved. And I loved being involved in this film. I loved the freedom and the craziness of it and the sound of it and the freedom you gave us to experiment, and meeting all the young boys and everything. The first few days for me was like overwhelming, and it was an amazing thing to be a part of. But yeah, you just see that we were all kind of struggling from the very beginning, but you'll see the outcome. But
and then Cindy, can you talk a little bit about your character, this new teacher?
Yeah. There you
go. Yeah, Shola is the new teacher. I think she feels like she has a lot to prove. She's come in this really wanting to give back in some sort of way. She has her own challenges and things she's facing throughout the process, but I think she really cares about the well-being of the boys and wanting to be in part of that anchor that is holding these kids together and helping Steve and just trying to be a part of a team and a team player, I think, throughout it all.
I don't think I gave a lot of freedom.
It was like a playground.
No, the best thing that can happen to me is that see actors fly. I want to make them fly. There's a moment when they're just flying, and that's where I'm after all the time. And being truthful and sincere about this, and I think you have to find that kind of environment to go there, and sometimes it's let's do it again and give them time and trust them, and I'm always in awe when I see actors play. I'm really in awe. I admire them. I see like, Jesus, how they doing it, and I think that's all my love go to them. I'm really always impressed.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.